Hello guys, today I am going to talk about Schedule 3 additional credit and payments. So you can see this is a single page form and it consists of two parts, non-refundable credit and other payments and refundable credits. So basically Schedule 3 was aimed at helping people to claim the refundable tax credit. IRS changed the Schedule 3, adding refundable credit and certain types of payments that can help to reduce the tax liability of the taxpayers. So, let's discuss each and every line of the Schedule 3 in details. So, coming to line number 1 of part 1, foreign tax credit, FTC. So guys, for an example, if the taxpayer goes for an assignment, if an US taxpayer goes for an assignment to UK, so here in UK he will earn some money there, and as we know that US tax worldwide income. So in UK, if that assignee earns some money, and the UK government will also tax him, and US government will also tax him. To avoid double taxation, FTC comes into picture. So I am showing you the form 1116. You can see the form 1116, foreign tax credit. Here you can see the different kind of categories like passive in category income, general category income, section 901J income, certain income, resource by treaty source income, also about foreign taxes which paid or accrued basis. So here line number 14, foreign taxes available for credit, and line number 23, line number 21, maximum amount of credit. Whichever is lower should come to, you can see in line number 24, enter the smaller of line number 14 and line number 23. So the line number 24, this amount should flow to Schedule 3 here in line number 1. Now for credit for child and dependent expenses, form 2441. See, if the assignee incur any kind of expenses for the purpose of child care or dependent care, and this will come in line number 11, credit for child and dependent care expenses, so on Schedule 3 line 2. So the amount of line number 11, this should come to Schedule 3 of line number 2. Also earn education credit from 8863, like if the taxpayer receive any kind of 1098T, and if that is allowable for credit, so it will come to line number 3. Also retirement savings contribution credit, form 8880, 5695 for residential energy credit, other credits from 8801, 3800. So all the total amount from line number 1 to line number 6 comes to line number 7. So in line number 20, the same amount should flow to 1040, line number 20. No, you can see that amount from Schedule 3 line 7. So if the total amount comes to like $2000, this here it should also come to $2000. Now coming to part 2, other payments and refundable credits, like 8962 net premium tax credit. Guys, just have a look on this form 8962 premium tax credit. So the net premium tax credit, if line number 24 means the total premium tax credit is greater than line number 25, advance payment of PTC or premium tax credit, this amount of line number 26 should flow to line number 8 of schedule 3 here. Amount paid with the request for extension to file, that comes when there is any necessary for extension filing, or excess social security or tier 1 RRTA tax withheld, credit for federal tax, fuels attached form 4136, other payments or refundable credits form 2439, health coverage tax credit for 8085, deferral for certain schedule H or AC filers. So all comes to line number 13, and this should come to line number 31 of 1040 here. Amount from schedule 3 line number 13, this should come here. Like if the total amount comes to $1000, this should come to line 131 of 1040, line $1000. So guys, just quickly recap what I have understood you all. Part 1 is for non-refundable credit and part 2 for other payments and refundable credits. Part 1 is basically for foreign, like line number 1 is for foreign tax credit, form 1116. Part 2 child tax credit. Part 3 education credit for from line number 8863, retirement savings contribution for form 8800. So guys, I want to discuss with you something like what is the difference between a non-refundable credit and refundable credit, as you can see in part 1 and in part 2. So a non-refundable tax credit means you get a refund only up to the amount you owe, and a refundable tax credit means you get a refund even if it's more than what you owe. So guys, I hope I can make you understand what is the difference between the non-refundable credit and refundable credit. Like now I'm going to have a look on schedule 3 in Drake software. See, this is schedule 3, additional credit and payment. This is how it looks like in Drake. It is the same form. So this is basically what we have discussed earlier. Now, so hope you have understood everything what I have discussed. Goodbye.